The vanished village of the Amazon. The mystery of 42 lives erased. The forest that remembers nothing. The Amazon. A living continent of trees. A place that produces more than 20% of the planet's oxygen. A forest so immense, so ancient, that it remembers nothing. This is a story of a disappearance, but not a single hiker, a lost explorer, or a missing plane. This is the story of a village, an entire community, that vanished without leaving a single trace. On November 15, 1976, in a secluded corner of the Amazon basin, a quiet village known as Bara Matagus ceased to exist. Fathers hanging laundry, mothers gathering water, children playing in the huts, all gone. No bodies, no tracks, no signs of struggle. The forest swallowed their existence, and it never gave it back. A village that appears only when it disappears. Bara Matagus doesn't exist on any map. The first anomaly of this case appears even before the disappearance itself. The village of Bara Matagus does not appear in any government maps, not in the archives of Funai, not in old missionary charts, not in military aerial photographs. Officially, the village never existed. So how did a non-existent village lose 42 people in a single night? 2. The missing zone of South America. The area where Bara Matagus stood is close to the Yaiteri Valley, a region with the highest concentration of uncontacted tribes on Earth. This area has a strange history of disappearances. 1924. Explorer Percy Fawcett vanishes without a trace. 1932's Rio Branco mission camp found empty. 1967. The Uminga settlement wiped out in a night. 1971, a team of lumberworkers disappears. 1926, Bara Matagus, 42 residents, all gone. Researchers sometimes call this region the Amazonian Triangle. Part 2, the last signs of life. 1, the discovery. Everything looks too normal. The village was discovered accidentally. A patrol helicopter monitoring illegal logging spotted a thin trail of smoke rising from the forest when the inspection team arrived. Their first reaction was identical. Someone was just here. Why? The cooking pot was still warm. The fire had not fully extinguished. Clothes were hanging half dry. A basket of freshly caught fish sat by the entrance. Children's toys lay on the ground, beds unmade yet undisturbed, tools neatly placed beside workstations. This wasn't a village that fled in panic. This was a village mid-sentence cut off abruptly. 2, the footprints. They all walked the same way. When the investigators moved 150 meters away from the huts, they found something stranger. All footprints of men, women, children, elderly, headed in the same direction. Not scattered, not chaotic, but perfectly aligned into the densest, darkest part of the Amazon. And then the footprints stop. At exactly 310 meters from the village, the tracks vanish completely on moist soil that should preserve them. 42 people walked into the forest, none walked out. Part 3. The forbidden legend of the Yaiteri. 1. The local tribes react. The nearby indigenous communities, the Matura, the Uruyu Wow, and others, immediately recognized the name Bara Matagus. Their reaction was not surprise, but fear. That is the forest of the Yaiteri, one elder said. 2. Who or what are the Yaiteri? In indigenous oral tradition, the Yaiteri are not monsters, spirits, or animals. They are entities that lure humans, not by force, not with violence, but with light and dreams. They appear as drifting blue lights in the forest. They call to people at night. Those who follow never return. Those who hear them feel no fear, only a strange calmness. This legend is over 200 years old. And yet, 3 days before the villagers vanished, a hunter from a neighboring tribe reported seeing a blue floating light moving toward Bara Matagus. 3. The legend fits the evidence too well. The Yaiteri do not drag people away, they draw them in, and the people follow willingly. Exactly what the footprints suggest. Part 4. Why science failed to explain it. 142 people cannot just disappear. Even in a forest as vast as the Amazon, 42 people do not simply vanish. Science demands something. A body, bones, clothing, tools, blood, disturbed earth, signs of predators. But Bara Matagus left nothing, not even a drop necklace. 2. Mass migration? Impossible. No human community abandons a village while food is cooking and fires are still burning. This is the clearest evidence that the departure was unplanned or involuntary. 3. Disease? No bodies, no symptoms, no signs of distress. 4. Hostile attack? No footprints of outsiders, no burned huts, no broken tools, no arrows or shells, not a single indicator of conflict. 5. A coordinated kidnapping? Coordinated abduction of 42 people deep in an unmapped rainforest with no vehicles, no drag marks, no noise, and no trace of struggle. Logistically impossible. Part Thevite, the last clue the jungle didn't hide. 1. The 1 kilometer circle. 1 kilometer away from the village, the team found the single most puzzling clue. A perfectly circular clearing with vegetation pressed downward, soil unnaturally compacted, no burn marks, no crushed branches, no signs of machinery, no landing gear imprints. It looked like something heavy descended silently and then left. Military analysts confirmed no known aircraft can produce such a mark. Not a helicopter, not a balloon, not a dirigible. 2. This pattern has appeared before. Identical circles were recorded in previous Amazon disappearances in 1954, 1961, and 1971, all in the same region, all accompanied by mass vanishings. These events are not isolated. Part 6. A mystery with no possible answer. So where did the 42 villagers go? Theory 1. The Yaiteri legend. Entities of light that lure humans into the forest. Theory 2. Unknown biological phenomenon. Some form of mass psychogenic influence. Theory 3. External intervention. A secret experiment or operation hidden from records. Theory 4. Geomagnetic or acoustic induction. Natural forces that disrupt human cognition. Theory 5. Interdimensional hypothesis. A leap into a space we cannot perceive. But every theory collapses at the same question. If they walked into the forest, why is there not a single body? Today, Bara Matagus exists only in reports. Its huts have long melted into the vegetation, its paths reclaimed by vines, its people lost to the silence. Perhaps they followed a light. Perhaps they encountered something we still cannot name. Or perhaps the Amazon, as it has always done, took them and kept them. The forest remembers nothing, and it reveals even less.